Hey everybody, this is Seth Keeping It Real. I am honored today to interview Hassan Farhat. Just sharing some of your story and the struggles and the success you've had. Guys, I want to encourage you, if you're selling on Amazon.ca, a lot of people get discouraged and they get overwhelmed and they ask, can I make it? Is there enough competition? And Hassan's going to share his story. He's going to share what he learned through the community at Just One Dime and the training, as well as what he did himself. Because as you guys know, no coaching program can make you successful. They can teach you and train you, but you still have to hustle. You have to get out there. You have to crush it and make it happen. You have to get up early in the morning. You have to delay gratification to make it happen. So Hassan, how did you get started in Amazon FBA?
It's actually pretty crazy. I was actually in university. I was doing engineering, and I couldn't work because engineering is such a, so much workload. So I was trying to figure out how to make money. So I just went online one day. I literally went on Google and I wrote how to make money online. And you got a whole bunch of different options. I read about all of them. I read about Amazon FBA. That was the one where I felt like, this is something I could do. And I just started watching a ton of YouTube videos. I landed on yours. And the way you like that you structure your YouTube videos and the way that you deliver information, I was like, if this guy can do it, so can I. And then that's how my journey started, just like that. And then slowly I started building, and then that's how I got where I am today. Yeah.
I want you guys to see the screen here. So look, you can see from August to February, he did over 100,000 Canadian dollars. And this is off his first product, one single product. And then look at this screen, over 28,000 in 30 days. Guys, that's what's called crushing it. That's incredible. So Hassan, tell us, how did Just One Dime help you along the way? What was the teaching like, the community like? What are some specifics that you believe helped you to succeed to this level, man?
The biggest thing for me was, number one, the community. Like when you join a program and you're on and you see like some people doing better than you, some people are below you, and some people are exactly where you are. It motivates you so much when you see people killing it. And it's just like, that person's just like me. They don't have an advantage over me, so why can't I do it? And that's what pushed me every single day, especially I still am very active on the Facebook group, and I see others killing it. And that motivates me so much. The other thing is the way the course is structured and the 5 phases. It really sets you up for success. But like you said at the beginning, no coaching program is just gonna do it for you. You're gonna have to put in the hustle. Like some things, might be missed. You're gonna have to go out and do your own research. And my favorite part about this program was I would post a question in the group. 5 minutes later, you have a ton of comments. It's incredible. That was the best thing for me. That really, solidified that it was an amazing investment. And the other thing is the constant update of the course. Like Amazon changes one thing, you come up 3 days later with here's how we're going to solve it with this. Right. And so those have been, it's just been, I love the updates that, like I said, Amazon will say, we can't do this anymore. And then you come up with this slick way of just fixing the problem, staying within TOS. And that's what I appreciate the most.
And for those of you guys watching, I want to encourage you with this. As he said, no coaching program can make you successful. Just One Dime will do everything we can to help you get there. So the support is there, the knowledge is there, the training. But at the end of the day, this is your business. So the risks you take, the successes, the failures along the way, all of that is yours. And there's a certain amount of joy. And you know what I'm talking about, Hassan, that you get when you go to your Seller Central, you get that email every 2 weeks and that deposit, and you go, oh my goodness, I had nothing. And now I have 100,000 freaking revenue since August on my very first product. That's amazing. And you did that. You made that happen. So tons of credit to you as well, brother.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, one product. And I know we're going to dive into deeper into later, dive into different topics. But now it's, I'm taking this product, I'm making different variations and creating a brand
Yeah.
because what happened was Amazon suspended my listing at one point, and when that happened, I realized how quick things can change. So I told myself, I'm going to create a brand, and I've been able to get my Instagram following like crazy engaged, and it's been great. Oh, and by the way, I was able to get my listing back because of you. I just want to throw that out there, and the way you taught us on how to get that listing back. It was about like inauthenticity. It was really easy to get back. But if it wasn't for you, I would have done it all wrong and I would have lost this product actually. So I really, really want to thank you for that as well.
Man, I want to see a warrior get out there and they start with nothing and they produce something out of that. And then as a result, it blesses you, it blesses your family. And I was thinking about this thought, Hassan, 10 years, 20, 30 years down the road, we're blessing our descendants, like the people after us. Like, it's amazing, really, the opportunity we have to teach other people and to help them who come after us as well. It's an investment, not just in your future, but other people's, which I find mind-boggling.
I definitely agree with that.
What are some of the challenges that you ran into along the way, Hassan? And things that, anything that you found, man, this is difficult or this is not working. And I know a lot of people can relate to this as well.
To be honest, there's more challenges than there is, like there's more bad times than good times.
Yep.
But the good times, like that one good time will outweigh the whole bad time,
This is true.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my first challenge was always like, can I really do this? Believing in myself to be able to do this was the first challenge. It took me a couple weeks to really to really believe in myself, because you always see these people saying, make $1 million in 6 weeks or a year or whatever. And it's just like, but can I really do it? And so that was my first biggest challenge. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck as well. They don't really believe in themselves at the beginning and they say, can I really do it? Etc. And then when I started to get in to Amazon FBA, the next challenge was just all the information that comes with this business is insane.
It is.
So what I quickly realized was you have to take it step by step. And that's exactly what you did in your, in the program that we're in right now. You divided it into steps, which makes it so much easier. And one of my advice for a lot of people starting is don't jump to the finish line before you build a foundation. Build the foundation of your business first. Start with every little thing. I know at the beginning it's a lot to get started, and it's it's kind of a big investment, but still worth it in the long run. The way I look at it is, when I first started, it was with $1,000, and I told myself, if I lose this $1,000, I can work a 9 to 5 for the next 40 years, and I make it back. You don't lose anything, and then, other challenges came like with shipping and, with talking to suppliers and all this stuff that I had no clue about. But then, watching your videos and especially in the program, you dig really deep into the shipping with all those terms that really helped me out. And then something else was reviews. That was a big challenge because I noticed that the people that had the highest reviews were making the most money. They were making the most sales most of the time. And then you came up with this genius way to how to get reviews quickly. And we just actually improved on it, which is so amazing. It's crazy how you just keep improving on everything, and it helps us out, obviously. And then the other big challenge was dealing with people who are always trying to put you down and attack your listing, whether it's by reporting you or, even your family not believing in you. I remember my first sample that came to my house of this product, my family was straight up laughing. They're like, what is this? What are you selling? What is that? I'm not even joking. They were straight up laughing. And I'm like, you know what? Just wait.
Just watch. You wait.
And 6 months later, I take that screenshot. No, actually, I just show it to them live. I'm like, here you go. This is what I do every day. So it really pays off. But every challenge comes with a reward. You learn. It's just every challenge has a solution. Every problem has a solution. You just have to go out and actually figure that solution out and not sit and complain and whine and blame someone else. Because the second you start blaming someone else is the second your business is doomed to die. You will never make it when you start blaming other people.
Yep, absolutely. I was thinking about what you said, the $1,000 that you started with. And I think one of the biggest challenges a lot of new entrepreneurs run into is they're so attached to that 1,000 that they don't take calculated risk. They're so attached to it that if something doesn't work out, then they feel like their life is doomed because they've tied it into their identity instead of saying, okay, here's $1,000. I'm going to put it right here. I'm willing to lose that on the altar of learning how to become an entrepreneur. It's okay. It's a part of a sacrifice of being an entrepreneur. I'm willing to lose it. I'm detached. I'm okay as a person. I don't need this to be okay. I don't need this to be happy or content. Here it is. I'm going to use it. It's a tool, and the tool might break and the tool might work, but I'm still going to learn. And then you said, and I love this, Hassan, you said, if I have to go back and get a 9-to-5 job to make the 1,000 again, okay, let's try it. Round 2. Guess what? I know a lot more. I won't make the same mistakes. Now I understand better. Maybe I was too hasty. I was thinking about people in our community. Some of them, they take a long time to launch for a reason. And people are like, why did you launch? Like, wait, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And so they'll take maybe 4 months or 5 or 6 months. But then when they do launch, oh my goodness, the comparison of now compared to if they've launched prematurely is amazing. And another thought I had, man, $1,000 in the history of entrepreneurialism, capitalism, Canada, US, wherever you go, where can you really launch a business with only $1,000? That's like, that's petty change. That's like coins for Starbucks in comparison. In most places, if you're going to start like a traditional retail store, you need 20, 30, 40, maybe $100,000 just to get started.
Easily.
Not to mention all the fees you have to pay to have a grill. If you're going to sell alcohol, if you're going to sell food, if you're going to serve food, is it, fire code? There's so many things that go into that. So that you and I, man, we can sit here on our computer and just through knowledge and contacting people, create literally millions. That still blows me away. Like I can't get used to it. And that's what's so amazing to me about this opportunity. And just to see you take that and do that. Like Hassan, if you and I had talked back in August, like you're a different person. I mean, you're still the same person, but your perspective has changed.
Oh my God.
100,000.
Yeah, and I just want to touch on some, because I always knew I wanted to do my own business, something with business, because the 9-to-5, I hate that. I hate that so much, So I was looking at different things, and I told myself exactly what you said. Like, if I wanted to go start, any kind of like store or whatever, restaurant, whatever it is, it's going to be such a way bigger risk than $1,000. Yeah. Now, I won't lie. When I first started that $1,000, I was like, do I really want to lose it? But I just took a risk, And now when I look at $1,000, it's like now it's just a different. It's like it's not the same 1,000. So definitely, especially if you're young. Like if you're young, I would never recommend anyone to go into debt. But if you're young and you're working, and if you jump into take a risk with $1,000 or $2,000, even $3,000, is it really the end of the world? Yeah, and it's changed my mind so much now. Like if I lose $1,000 or $2,000, it's it's not the end of the world. You can always work and make it back. And that's how I learned how to get over the fear of losing money, by always telling myself I can always make it back another way. Even if it's because I have to go to a 9-to-5, I'll always be able to make it back. Yeah, and that's what really that's what I tell everyone. Yeah, and I encourage those of you guys out there who you're not married, you don't have kids, you're 18, 19. There you go. You can afford to lose so much more. Like, man, I'm married. I got 4 kids. My kids are teenagers. Like, I got a house. I have so much more to lose, or at least I did then, than I do now, than someone who, you're single. Like, you can afford it. You can get up and go. Like, it's different when you have a family. I love having a family, but there's also more risk because now you're providing for this whole community of people, and your house has to be bigger. Back when we did have a mortgage, that mortgage is a lot larger than if you're living in an apartment. Right? That's right. I completely agree. When you're young, you have mobility. You can pick up and leave, and and I believe in mobility. I would never put myself in a situation where I couldn't get out. And So I love being mobile because I can get up and go do whatever I want, and move to a new country, a new city, and not be tied down to like something, whatever it is, like you said, like a mortgage or whatever.
Yeah.
So especially if you're young, you have nothing to lose actually. Especially, I mean, like I know everyone's in like different situations, but for the most part, we all have nothing to lose. Especially, I mean, if you have a smartphone and a laptop, and you can access the internet, you're like everybody else, and I'm sure you can afford to lose a couple thousand if, because, that's how you kind of have to go into it. If I lose, I don't care, because then that's how you work so much harder. But if you just think about the money, then you have a good chance of also failing.
Right. What advice, Hassan, would you give to people who are just starting out?
Oh, my biggest advice, and I think that's what helped me become successful, was to go all in
Hmm.
on one thing.
Hmm.
I see a lot of people that ask me for advice. Sometimes they say, I'm doing this Amazon, and I'm doing affiliate marketing, I'm doing social media, I'm doing this, and I'm like, how are you gonna do all these things at once together? Especially when you're starting out. As you
Right.
become more advanced, of course you'll have more time to do different things. But I went literally all into Amazon.
Yeah.
And when I say all in, I mean I was like literally eating, sleeping, drinking, like everything was Amazon. I would be at school in a lecture, like with these headphones, these same exact headphones,
Yeah.
listening to Amazon videos, your videos. Like it was just all in. And I would like, I'm obviously not like, I'm not trying to say, don't go to class to do this, but I'm just saying the level of concentration and the level of dedication has to be extremely high, and you have to go all in. If you half-ass this thing, this Amazon business,
Not gonna work.
you're gonna fail right from the beginning. You're gonna quit right away.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest advice. Go all in, believe in yourself, believe in Amazon. Because at first I didn't believe in it. I was seeing all these people making money, and then I'm like, wait, what? How? If they can do it, why can't I? And then so yeah, that's definitely my biggest advice to anyone getting started.
I imagine a bunch of people in a race. Let's just say there's 10
Exactly.
people, and 7 of them, they're drinking a Coke. Sorry, Coca-Cola. They're drinking a Coke. They haven't trained. They're just kind of jogging along, half-assing it. Oh yeah, look at the birds. And there's 3 people who they're running like their life depends on it. Is it any question who's going to win an award? Like it's obvious.
Right.
And so for people listening, imagine you're in Amazon selling. If you're just kind of, dabbling or lingering, I'll just try a little something here. And other people, they're all in devoted. You don't have a chance. You have to have the mindset of, I'm either going to win or I'm going to die trying. I don't care. It's going to happen. What I find fascinating, Hassan, is I've never met a single person, a single just one dime warrior who gave it at least 2 hours a day, 6 days a week for an entire year and remain, like you said, teachable and taking ownership for their struggles and the failures along the way, who didn't succeed at some level. And by succeed, I mean go from nothing to 500 a month or 5,000 or 50,000 a month.
Right.
I've never seen a single just one dime warrior who followed that who didn't succeed. And what this tells me is, guys, you can succeed. If I can do it, I had a dime. I was $24,000 in debt. My marriage was hurting. There were so many things wrong. I had to get to that point where, like, you know what? That's what it took, Hassan, for me to get all in. I was too cushioned. I was too plush. I was too lazy. And there's something had to change. I was too attached to my job. And that's one of my fears is I think some employers pay their employees, and I'm not saying it's wrong to have a job, guys, but here's the challenge. They pay you just enough so that you're so secure that you're scared to let go. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm barely making any money. Who cares? I want to make something else happen. It's just enough to make you feel super dependent. And there's this fear of saying, I'm going to go over here and risk everything. But let me tell you guys, had Hassan not had this mentality, he wouldn't have made the 100,000 revenue in the time that he did since August. And right now we are in March. Like, think about that, on his first single product in Amazon Canada. That's incredible. Again, look at these screenshots, you guys. This is the result of working hard. This is a result of being teachable and learning from others, just like I have to be teachable and learn from my mentors, who I pay tons of money to, and it allows me to turn that into far more money. It's an investment in myself so I can grow. And what's cool about it, Hassan, it affects how I treat my wife. It affects how I take care of my body. It affects how I even think about design. Like, it's not just Amazon. It's my whole life changed as a result of saying, I want to live in a different way. I'm tired of just being, all these people walking like this drone the same way. Like, wait, why am I doing this? I'm going to go this way and try something new. And it's going to hurt and it's going to be hard. And that actually brings me to my last question, brother. Why do you think most online businesses or entrepreneurs trying to make money online fail? Why do they fail?
For the same reason why I said, because they do the opposite of what my best advice is, and not go all in. That's one of the biggest reasons. They don't go all in, they dabble, they fail. The second thing is a lot of them fail because they're scared to lose money. So they invest maybe like a couple $100, they lose it, they don't make money back. And then they're like, okay, this is not working. They fail. People that are not patient. This is the biggest one. If you're not patient, well, you're not going to make $10,000 overnight or 50,000 or whatever amount of money overnight. It's going to be a process. And the people that are not patient are the people that lose the quickest. That's what I believe, definitely. And also the people that are just in it for the money. I mean, we're all in it for the money for, to a certain point. But if you're just in it, like literally just for money and not, to bring value or help someone or, you don't have to be so creative, but like just bring value to someone and you'll get money back. And I always believe that in entrepreneurship that you only get paid for the value you provide. Yeah. Whereas a job, you get paid for the time you put in. And so you have to look at it this way. As an entrepreneur, you can put in 1,000 hours a week. If you provide zero value, you get $0. If you provide a lot of value, you make a lot of money. And with a job, you can put in 100 hours, you get paid 100 hours. So it's a very, very big difference. And so for those main 4 reasons is the reason why I think most people fail. So if you have patience, and like you said, if you're teachable and you're not scared to lose a couple hundred or maybe even a couple $1,000s, then there's no reason why you can't succeed in Amazon or, whatever online business. Because now there's like a ton out there that I'm actually venturing into slowly. But, I focused on Amazon. I went all in on this, and now I can start with something new because it's always good to also diversify your income. So that's, so that's my final thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's really neat when you have margin. So you've started a business, it's making you money. So it takes away some of the stress and the fear, can I pay my bills, all that. Now you have margin and time because it's passive income. Once it starts selling, now you can go over here and say, okay, I want to start this one, or I'm going to start this one. And that ability to venture out like that because of what you did, now you're not just benefiting financially, but creatively. You're going to learn more because of what you started. It's feeding you to start other businesses, which is awesome. Hassan, Thank you so much for sharing this with everyone. For those of you guys selling in Canada, as well as other places, but especially Canada, I want to encourage you. He did all of this, Amazon.ca. Can't wait to see what you're going to do on Amazon.com.
Coming soon.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for being here today, man, and keep crushing it, brother. A really good job, man, on your sales. This is awesome.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.